Hello and welcome to this episode of Scope. I'm Tracy Pa. More than 20 Catholic parishes in West New Britain have recently gathered at the Valoka Catholic Parish in the Hoskins local level government to celebrate 100 years centenary celebrations to mark the introduction of the Gospel of Jesus into the area. The celebrations started on October 24, 2024 at the Kalu sub-parish, which marks the arrival of the first missionaries in the area. From Kalu sub-parish, the celebration was then moved to the Valoka Catholic Parish on October 26th to October 27th.
Valoka Catholic Parish recently celebrated 100 years since welcoming and sharing the Gospel of Jesus Christ to locals in the area and the larger Nakanai district. On Thursday, October 24th, members of more than 20 parishes from Baya in the East Nakanai LLG to Silanga Parish in Central Nakanai LLG and Bitokara Parish in the Talasia district came together at Valoka Parish to kickstart 2 days of celebration. Locals and people from all walks of life who valued this important occasion made time to come and participate. Provincial leaders who attended the event included Member for Nakanai and Minister for Oil Palm Francis Galia Maneke, Member for Talasia Freddy Kumai, West New Britain Provincial Administrator Leo Mapmani, former Commissioner of Police Gary Baki, and Chairman of the Provincial Health Authority Professor Matthias Sapuri. Mr. Maneke said the massive support and attendance illustrated how the gospel unites people from every community and walk of life.
Lomiet bikatik la mamas lo unem sami happen today na sabla all activities we come up na mi play partake to lo bikla misa oli church running today na most importantly mi amas looking more at people lo yumilo na kanai start lo baya kam minaplo yumilo skills go inaplo karwa na same time too all people lo yumilo talasia low town na low block o kita come witness him or support him this like important program. I'm so him too Catholic church and the powerhouse lo yumi lo province lo people lo yumi lo province lo two start na bring plenty kind development 100 years ago inside lo people lo yumi or Christian man Mary or Catholic inside lo province lo yumi witnessing today I'm so him people lo yumi lo Kendrian Gloucester people lo yumi lo Talasia district na tu lo nakanayo kita boom nothing only celebrating finish 2 days long Kalu and now last day lo 2 day lo ya lo yumi lo Valoka Parish.
Maneke used the opportunity to encourage church members and the locals to continue this kind of support and work together for peace and a better socio-economic livelihood for all. He said many social issues in the district and the province can mean a lack of support on different levels, even spiritually. In Papua New Guinea, churches play a critical role in looking into socio-economic challenges among the youth and other members of the community and incorporate spiritual interventions as part of the process in addressing these challenges.
Appeal lo people also church bringing penis I mobilize him I develop him church and develop him school and develop him health lo province lo yumi and because lo to Catholic na him can make him on this law come up.
Member for Talasia Freddy Kumai was pleased at being part of this significant milestone. He hoped it would inspire young people enough to support and carry the work of Valoka Catholic Parish forward.
The celebration is very historic. We play witnessing presence long Ogadal Bishops Bloyumi Bishop belong Chimbu, Bishop belong Wabek, na Bishop belong Imilo Archdiocese Florabal, and staff. One time my host Bishop, Reverend John Bosco Aram, long this big celebration today. Yes, you may witness in planning along all custom, cultures, or traditions. Where I mean, blend one time this loto today, long much this big day. Today is very historical as you may look back long the last 100 years.
Kumai also said the connection between the arrival of missionaries at Bitokara at Talasia district and Valoka parish in the Nakanai district.
We like to thank you, long God, long all priests, all bishop, all catechist, all religious, all sisters, where only continue long maintaining this faith. Time this faith and we come up and become one time civilization. We come one time all social services or some health and education, where we continue long transforming life, traditional way of living in the last 100 years. They bring him you become civilization.
Former Commissioner of Police and Community Leader Gary Baki urged all Catholic faithful to embrace the work of God through their respective parishes and sectors.
And you will get mas. I think by me embrace him also some Lopinis Lotu, me play look him bishop and me walk him like ceremony belong pass him authority na walk about blood church bring me na me am mas long the 100 years. Me come, me play, me play about 100 years and now me play come up. So the next 100 years, and by go long all young play, all picking me blow you me, now to blow you me now, and politician about 1 you me go. So I think you may need long embrace him. You may not can embrace him to solo walk long too. You may must embrace him long walk long education. Block him up him all got a good sit down blame me long place. Or you may must embrace him long passing long come up him all good play housing inside long community blame me all got a village blame inside long West Britain. You must embrace him, pass him long work long government. He must work strong inside long all the communities blame me.
Mr. Baki also acknowledged the work of the church in addressing law and order in the society.
Church will only come in long alpimi where and government is short, but look because only two we work in plenty people work inside, particularly inside long area belong education. Now me also me look also a lot thinking belong me also well educated population inside of West Britain, and by minimizing plenty of activities will be particularly long issues for law and order, and by me can look salad. So me.
Valoka Catholic Parish was established in 1924 and first hosted 20 Catholic parishes of West New Britain as well as neighboring provinces of New Ireland and East New Britain. Governor Sasindran Mutuvel sent his words of congratulations to Valoka Catholic Parish through Provincial Administrator Leo McMahony for its immense contribution in health and education services through the Catholic Church.
After the break, Kilalum Guma community in East Pomio gets an early Christmas present. A community hall unites and brings harmony to the locals. Between September and October this year, the Kilalum Guma community in East Pomio LLG, East New Britain province, were presented with an early Christmas present, a newly built steel-framed multi-purpose hall thanks to Melbourne-based Global Community Project and Rotary International. The people of Kilalum Guma community have been at the mercy of Mother Nature for years, conducting community gatherings under the trees. The infrastructure brings a sense of togetherness, harmony, and ownership. It is also the first modern infrastructure the community has received and will surely have an impact on the community for generations to come.
Guma Community Hall project is an initiative of project coordinator and Pomio man John Catal and wife Karen. Seeing the need of a communal infrastructure to support community activities, husband and wife teamed up with other like-minded Australian friends, namely Brian Elliott of Brian Elliott Construction, a professional builder, carpenter Jack Newland, well-being consultant Laura McDonald, and a documentary filmmaker Tony Byrne to get the project off the ground. The Melbourne-based team spent almost a month in Pomio throughout the construction phase, making sure the project was completed and delivered on time.
Help of Rotary International, Rotary, especially in Geelong, DIK was back then, donations in kind. This is our fourth container, sea container, 20 footer to send to Rabaul and then eventually to East Pomio for this. And the fourth one was our major one. And it's Rotary Australia World Community Services were 100% donors of this project and supported very, very closely by a lot of our friends, and particularly Brian and his partner with Jack, third generation Rotary family. We have Tony Byrne with us, and of course my wife Karen. Out of this team, we only initially started with 11 to 12 in a team, but it went down to 6 that were definitely part of this impact. I guess you could call it an impact project that we look at will impact the community. And so the purpose of it is to have a permanent structure at the village.
Mr. Cadal said Global Community Project and Rotary International Geelong were 100% donors of the project. He said it took a lot of heart and mind to put the pieces together, let alone the incredible manpower provided by the local Kilalum community. Cadal described the support and collaboration in getting the metal structure and the adjoining steel frame up as unreal.
And with PNG being a Christian country, it's like the Pope visiting the village. It's a huge, huge milestone for the village to witness first a barge going and delivering right in front of the community a huge structure, iron structure. And then again to see the end product when it was put up by these lovely people. It's just like a game changer. And from where we're sitting, it's so humbly soothing to see the villagers really, really played a huge role in making sure it was a success.
In September this year, Cadal brought with him a team of Australian volunteers and handymen with trade skills, knowledge, and experience into a rural setting with contrasting laid-back kind of lifestyle compared to the Australian culture. It was a lifetime humanitarian trip to this side of the world for the entire team. Health and well-being consultant Laura McDonald, who's been to PNG before with her dad, also played a significant part in convincing her partner Brian Elliott to take the trip of a lifetime and really loved the memorable experience. Elliott took charge of the design work and the actual construction of the project.
And Johnny, being the way he is and the way you've known, he took that idea and really ran with it. So that was about 18 months in the making. And for me, so I have been fortunate to come to PNG previously. So in 2006, my dad and I walked the Kokoda track, which was one of the most significant things I've done in life and a great experience. And he's since passed away. So for me to come back here and do something meaningful was a really nice connection as well.
Initially, Lauren reached out to Johnny to say we were interested in offering our time to work with some First Nations people back home, but then Johnny suggested that we come across to the village of Kilalum and help with some stuff there, and it started as a project to teach, and from there it developed into building the community structure. So yeah, we went to work with designing something that could facilitate a large number of people.
The youngest member of the team, Jack Newland, is a third-generation carpenter and Elliot's right-hand supervisor. He oversaw all the handiwork with local carpenters.
Brian was the main man in charge of everything. I'm here to just help out where I can, and to have all the villagers help out and lend a hand, and that was pretty special.
Freelance documentary and filmmaker Tony Byrne was captivated by the whole trip and experience from the minute the team set foot on the ground. He was particularly blown away by the friendliness of the locals and how they casually move about and still get the job done. A big contrast to the Australian culture. He plans to do a short film on the Pomio trip.
I love the fact how everyone just pulls together when you need to pull together, and just how really people live in communities, which we don't really have in Australia, how people live from the sea, from the gardens, and just that spirit of, like when we landed, the villagers had this dance. It was so spectacular, and it seems like sometimes nothing's going to work out, and then it all works out. I don't know, you know, time is a different essence, yeah.
Two of the country's most revered athletes have been inducted into the 8th edition of the PNG Sports Hall of Fame. Ryan Penny for swimming and Subul Babu for athletics. Both won numerous medals for the PNG in the international arena during their time and made their country proud. Their induction into the Sports Hall of Fame is a fitting recognition for their dedication and commitment throughout their sporting careers, representing Papua New Guinea at the global stage. The induction took place at the APEC House in Port Moresby.
Sports is a uniting factor, especially in a culturally diverse country like Papua New Guinea. It unites Papua New Guineans more than anything. This was evident in the 2006 Commonwealth Games in Melbourne, Australia, when the Golden Fish Ryan Penny crossed the line for gold medal.
Ball needs to perhaps. Penny still in front. I think PNG's going to win this. Ryan Penny. Here comes Quinn. Touch on the wall. Ryan Penny. Papua New Guinea winning a gold medal in the swimming.
The Unity in Diversity motto was illustrated again in the 2014 Queensland Rugby League competition when the SPPNG Hunters featured in its first ever grand final and won. And then 2017 and 2021 Rugby League World Cups were the icing on the cake in uniting the country. Other sporting codes besides Rugby League have done great for the country as well. The recent event being the Pacific Championships 2024, ICC T20 Cricket World Cup and the 2024 Paris Olympics. These events united the country as Papua New Guineans mobilized support for the national teams. Noticing and experiencing the importance of sports in the country, it is equally important to acknowledge and appreciate those who physically put in the work. As such, the Sports Hall of Fame recognizes former athletes. The 8th edition of Sports Hall of Fame inducted swimming legend Ryan Penny and athletics champion Subul Babu.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, a round of applause again. Inductee to the PNG Sports Hall of Fame, Mr. Subul Babu, a legend.
Ryan Penny, one of the most revered athletes in PNG. This recognition is more than fitting as he continues to support swimming in PNG. Not so much in the pool, but behind the scenes. He had a phenomenal swimming career, having represented PNG 4 times in the Olympics and a dozen more times in the Commonwealth Games, coupled with regional and national games. Penny has more than qualified to be inducted into the PNG Sports Hall of Fame. Penny expressed a deep sense of pride and satisfaction during his time as an athlete. He referred to the bed of paradise while expressing how he felt about the recognition. He said he holds the memory of representing PNG in the pool close to his heart.
So it's with a full heart and a deep gratitude that I stand before you tonight to accept this incredible honour. As I look back on my journey from first strokes in the pool to standing to the world's podium, my mind fills with memories of the hard work, dedication and the absolute support I've been privileged to receive from my family, coaches, teammates and from each one of you, the people of Papua New Guinea. Thank you to my clubs and my national federation, PNG National Swimming Federation and Valoka Swimming Club in Urunga Park for where I trained, for creating an environment for me to flourish. And a huge thank you to Papua New Guinea for letting me embrace the spirit of the Kumul. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is a tremendous honour and thank you so much.
Pini has expressed that the benchmark he has set and the achievement he made in the pool will only inspire young athletes to do well in all aspects of life.
Every time I represent Papua New Guinea on the international stage, I knew I was not alone. I carried with me the dreams and aspirations of the nation. To me, the true legacy of my achievements lies not only in personal accolades, but in what they represent. A beacon of hope and a reminder that no goal is too high. Now I hope that my journey can continue to inspire the next generation to strive and to believe and to take pride in who we are. I'm deeply humbled to receive this recognition and I am immensely proud to share it with the people of Papua New Guinea. May we all continue to soar high, just like the beautiful Kumul, and carry our nation's spirit with us wherever we go.
His swimming career began when he was as young as 6-year-old at the Valoka Swimming Club. He made his international debut before reaching 20. He went on to represent the country and retired a satisfied athlete.
My early years as a young swimmer, I started at a very young age, mostly because my older brothers were already into the sport of swimming. My dad has been a swimmer back in the 60s representing Papua New Guinea, so it was kind of almost something that was going to happen, being involved in the sport, and my mum being involved in the sport as well. So I thoroughly loved going down to the swimming pool. As I got older, I started to really focus on what made me swim faster and how I could better myself, and that's when I really started to challenge myself and to move up into the sport and find a new love and enjoyment out of the sport, rather than just competing for the fun of it. Is competing to excel in something and be the best person that I can be.
Athletics legend Subul Babo has a great story to tell also, one that was of hope, where a footballer made a transition to athletics and succeeded. Babo was recognized on the football pitch for his running ability. His sprinting ability brought him to athletics. Soon enough, the mystery man went on to qualify PNG athletics team as sport for the first time in the 1992 Barcelona Olympics in Spain. He recounted his time as a soldier and a national athlete. Babo is mostly remembered for his athleticism in the 1991 Pacific Games in Port Moresby, when his team clocked the best timing of 46.77 seconds in the 400-meter sprint relay. This national record remains unbeaten to this day. It also won the gold medal for Team PNG, then qualified the PNG athletics team for the Barcelona Olympics.
That I said, running in front of home crowd, families, it's totally different from when you're far away from them. You know how they screamed, and I didn't know that I was running a 46. You know, 46 is a bit, it's very good those days. After completing the race, and then I was surprised that I ran a 46.77. I said, wow.
Babo has been serving as a local and national coach to athletics after he retired in 2021. He is attached with PNG Athletics, developing young athletes in the code of athletics. Minister for Sports Kinoka Feo Hotune witnessed the induction ceremony. He commended the inductees for their immense contribution in sports.
You know, you embody the essence of resilience, discipline, dedication, perseverance, commitment, and all the good virtues that go together to making the hallmarks of a true champions.
And that wraps up another edition of Scope. Thanks for your company. Good night.